Greetings YouTube, it's Moodog815G. Today we're going to be having a look at the Jjrc H31 4-channel waterproof quadcopter. This is something that I purchased on Amazon.com, and I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys want to check this out. Without further ado, let's have a look. Well, alright, here's pretty much what comes in the box, guys. This is not going to be an unboxing. It's already out and assembled. So I just kind of run through real quick what comes in the box when you purchase this. And again, I will leave a link in the description below if you guys want to check it out on Amazon. It's available pretty much all over. But this was less than $25 on Amazon.com. Really great deal for what it is. So you're looking at a 4-channel quadcopter. This is the H31 model. It is sold as a high-performance waterproof quadcopter. Now, you cannot dunk this thing in water necessarily or take off out of water, but it does withstand splashes, running it through sprinklers. And there are some videos up on YouTube of guys taking these things and immersing them in water, and they come out flying. They're pretty resilient, pretty tough. Basically what the waterproofing is a coating that's put over the receiver board. So your battery is still going to be exposed to the elements, but the receiver board, all the circuitry on the receiver board is waterproof or water resistant. To the point, I guess, of being waterproof. So this is a 2.4 gigahertz unit. So it's running on a 2.4 gigahertz signal, which is a 4-channel signal, which will allow you to run multiple copters at the same time without any interference. 6-axis gyro. It has an LED lights underneath. On the bottom you can see the 4 pods on all the 4 arms there, on the prop arms. It also has an LED in front, and the LED in front is red, it's not white. This does do flip, so it has the inversion. It has the one press automatic return, which is basically not a GPS, but it will send the quadcopter back in your direction should you get in trouble. And again, the waterproof function on it. This one does not have a camera. However, I did make a modification on it, and I'll show you that probably in an upcoming video. But basically, when you buy this quadcopter, you're going to get some extra parts with it. It comes with 4 extra props. Prop guards for newbies that are out there, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with these later in another video. A charger, which is nothing more than a USB dongle, and you plug the battery into the bottom right there, and the battery is nothing more than a 400 milliamp hour, and I'll see if I can find the one. I've got a pile of batteries sitting next to me. Here we go. It is a Jjrc branded battery. This is a 400 milliamp hour battery, and essentially what you would do is you would plug this in to the back of the dongle, and then this would get plugged either into a wall wart for a cell phone or directly into a computer USB. The quadcopter does come with landing gear that I had to attach via screws. All the screws and the hardware are included with the quadcopter. The battery gets inserted in the back here. So there's a battery compartment in it. Oops, sorry for hitting the camera there. And it does have, it will accept other batteries. So I am using 380 milliamp hour Jjrc batteries that I had from another quadcopter, but I have a bunch of these, so they fit in there nicely, and you really don't see any less time flying. The Jjrc brand seems to be pretty good, and I'm getting about, well, maybe 6 or 7, maybe 8 minutes of flight time out of this quadcopter. A couple of modifications that I've done to it so far are obviously, you guys can probably see already. I did take the antenna from the inside, so I took the quadcopter apart, took the antenna, which was laying flat, into the nose of the quadcopter, drilled a hole into the top canopy, and then extended that antenna out through the top to get better reception. I do plan on doing a modification to the controller as well. So with the controller, you're getting it's a toy grade controller. But you're getting a multi-function controller. You have your speed up on the top here to set 3 different speed modes, either beginner, intermediate, or 3rd speed, which would be, I guess, expert. This side you have a flip function, which will do barrel rolls either left or right. So you would push the button, hold it, and flip either left, or right or left, or up or down, which would be forward or backward. You have a camera function on here. There is a variant of this quadcopter that does come with an FPV camera, and up would be for photo, down would be for video. Your power switch, your trims are going to be on the right here for your forward and reverse, and your right and your left trims. And then you have a 1-key return, and also a headless mode on this transmitter. Now, it's a fake antenna up on the top, so nothing really happens inside here. But it does take four AA batteries, which fit in the back here. And seems to work out pretty good. Jjrc makes a good product, and this one was on a pretty good deal on Amazon, so I figured I'd pick it up. I've had a couple of these before, and I never really did a video on it yet. But I'm going to go ahead and show you some modifications that I've made to this quadcopter, and you guys can let me know what you think. Okay, so one of the modifications I made to it was adding my own FPV camera. Now, you can buy FPV setups for this quadcopter online. I saw them on Amazon, or you can buy them like GearBest or those types of Chinese vendors. Shipping time is going to be probably 3 or 4 weeks on something from China. If you order it on Amazon, you can have it in a few days, generally speaking, and you're paying a little bit more. On Amazon, I saw the, I think it's the 3001-2 Jjrc camera that actually attaches to the bottom here, and it's about $40, $25 to $40 on Amazon. So I thought, I've got a bunch of FPV cameras laying around here. If I want to doodle around with FPV, I've got all the stuff I need right here. So what I did was I went ahead and I got some 3M heavy-duty Velcro, and I put a Velcro strip on the belly of the beast here. And then I went ahead and I had a bunch of different cameras. And this one is from a, gosh, I don't even know what this is from. I can't even remember what quadcopter this is from. But what I did was I had to open the camera housing up here and take the connector from that was coming out of this side. You can see the little notch. Oh, you probably can't see the notch because I got it taped, but there was a notch right here where this connector was coming out. And if I put this on the belly here, it wasn't long enough. So I ended up having to reroute this to the other side by making a notch with a X-Acto knife, and I cut a little notch in there. So now with the Velcro pad on here and the notch cut in place, you can see that this is a 3-position connector on here. You can use a camera from a SEMA, or this one will work. Most of these are going to have 4-position. This particular one is a 3-position, so it fits in here quite nicely. And I'll show you that in just a second here. So basically all it is connecting the jack into the receptacle here, and then the Velcro mates up on here like so. There's already a battery installed in here, so I'll show you what that looks like lit up. And there's a power switch on this quadcopter as well. You probably can't see it real well, but it is right up in front, right in front of my finger here. And we'll go ahead and flip that on, and you can see the red light flashing in the front, the lights flashing in the back, and you can also see the blue light inside here, which means the Wi-Fi is emanating a signal through the antenna and back. Pairing this up is nothing more than just using a cell phone, and I'm actually using the transmitter that came with it and spare parts that I have. I've got a chip clip type of camera holder, and that's this guy right here. Basically what you would do is you would set your phone inside here. This gets clipped onto the fake antenna up on top. I'll show you how that works. So essentially it would go on like so, and then you would take a phone or monitor of some sort. Now this is running 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, the camera is, so interference is probably going to happen, so the range is going to be lessened on this. Normal range on this quadcopter stock is right around 100 meters. I've seen guys do modifications not only to the top where I have the antenna done, but also by adding a 5 dB antenna to soldering it on underneath onto the circuit board, and then actually having it come out of the top here, and they're getting close to 300 meters on these quadcopters, which I think is pretty astounding. I don't know that I'd want to go that high with this quad. It is pretty lightweight, and I would probably lose sight of it way before 300 meters came around. Anyway, what you would do is you would set your phone in, and I'm just using an old cell phone that I have that's kind of dedicated for this use. And that's how you would get that paired up. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn the cell phone on, and I'll show you guys how this all pairs together here. Okay, so on your cellular device, you would download an app called Wi-Fi UFO off the Android Play Store, or you could go Google Play Store, I should say, or you could go onto your iOS device to the App Store and get that app. What you want to do is set your Wi-Fi. And I'll go ahead and do that right now. What you want to go ahead and do is set your Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi UFO. Once you turn your device on and you see that your camera is actually emanating a Wi-Fi signal, you're going to go ahead and connect to that Wi-Fi. And you can see, you might not be able to see, it's kind of bright here, but it is connected, Wi-Fi UFO. It's not going to be able to show you, but it says Wi-Fi UFO is connected. And that's all you would need to do. Now from there, once you have that app already installed, you're going to go ahead and click on the app, and the app will come up, and you have a button on the bottom here that says play, and you go ahead and hit the play button, and that will start the camera. You can see the camera panning around here. I don't know if you can see that very well. There you go. There's the shoes in the corner. Here's my little work area here, a bunch of batteries. So it does work out quite nice. And you can do this with any camera, any phone, as long as it's, you know, an Android or an iOS device. This will work out fine. Now to bind the quadcopter, all we would need to do is turn on the power, and then you want to throttle up, throttle down, and now the quadcopter is bound. Now when I first got this, I ended up breaking these motors in, and by breaking them in, what I did was I ran it at about this speed for a full battery. So about 5 or 6 minutes, however long the battery ran. I ran it at that speed without stressing the motors anymore to kind of seat those brushes in a little bit. It's kind of important to do when you guys are using brushed motors. These are brushed motors, so you do have to break them in. It's a good idea to do that to make sure that everything is seated and burned in correctly. So that's pretty much it. That's all I've done to this so far. My next thing is going to be doing some another modification to the quadcopter to protect the bottom on it. And I'll show you what I mean by the bottom on it. Let me go ahead and switch this off for now, though, and I will show you exactly what I mean. For whatever reason, and I'm not quite sure why, if it's just design oversight or what, but Jjrc decided to leave the bottoms of these motor pods open. Now you can see there's nylon gears inside here. If you were to land this thing in any sand or dirt, that dirt and that sand is going to get in here and just wreak havoc on these gears. You have a small little pinion gear here, and then the main drive gear for the prop. You're going to get sand and gook in there, and it's just going to wreak havoc. I had that problem with another one of my quads that's actually right now in the hangar getting ready to get parts ordered for. But now, when I have the prop guards, which I don't plan on using as prop guards, they do actually have these little caps, and there's screws on either side. One screw hole here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. There you go. So you got a screw hole right by my thumb, and one by my other, where I move my thumb on the other side here. So what I plan to do is clip these off. I suppose I can do one here, kind of show you what I'm talking about. I plan on clipping these off. One off there, and one there, and I'll end up trimming that a little bit better than that. But what I would do then at that point is, instead of having that prop guard hanging off of there, now in effect I have a gear guard. So they fit over the top there, and then there's screws that came with the prop guard. Oops, sorry about the camera there, guys. There's screws that came with the prop guards that I would actually use to attach those, and I put those in all 4 places. But that's pretty much it. This is what could be had for $20 US on Amazon.com. Again, the modifications that I've done, you're going to have to do on your own. But even in its stock form, it's a really fun, really fast little quad. Great for beginners, even guys that have been flying for a little while like myself. I highly recommend it. If you guys want to check it out. All right, guys, thanks for tuning into this one. And if you like this video and you found something interesting or informative about it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned in for more content like this. This is Moodog815G saying thanks a lot, and God bless the Republic.